it's a cold, cold. Came up from the bottom, it's a cold, cold world. Just cop it, I'm a roadie with some iced out pearls. Got me singing like I'm Melly.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I just want to say first thing, Grand Rising. I use that instead of good morning because there's a lot of reasons behind why to use different words than the current ones we're given in our society. But yeah, I say Grand Rising. It's currently 9:50 in the morning. I just spent a few hours getting myself together for the day. Usually I like to record a little earlier than this, but today I kind of had like some creator's block. I was using a lot of my methods on getting rid of my procrastination, which is actually what this topic of the video is going to be about today. I want to get into some of the tips and tricks and little mind hacks that I use to eliminate my procrastination during the day so I can get done exactly what I need to get done in a productive manner. Because as we all know, 2 hours of being productive, getting something done is better than spending the whole day trying to figure out why you're not doing something or struggling to get it done. So I'm actually about to go meditate for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then I will be at my chair. So I will see you right when I sit down. Welcome back to my chair of wisdom. So as you could tell by my shades, it is now nighttime. I recorded the intro about 10 hours ago, and I had a lot happen today. I had a full day. One of the main things was I recorded this video. This is my now third time going to record this video. The first two times my storage ran out halfway through recording, and then my iPhone wouldn't lose storage as I deleted stuff, so I had to completely restore it, factory reset it. So I now have a lot more storage for this content, but that's kind of what happened. That's out of the way now. I'm getting this done. I want to get this out by midnight. That's my goal, so that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to procrastinate on this anymore, right? All right, so I just want to get into these three things. It's like a kind of three-step simple process, and it's just things you can do to set up yourself for success for the next day. Makes your life a lot easier, makes your life kind of go smoother from the mornings to the midday to the afternoon to nighttime, right? It lets you get a lot more done. It lets you have a lot more focus, clarity, less brain fog, all the good stuff that you want that you might not be able to get, and you might not know why you're not able to get. So I just want to kind of help clarify this. So number one, everything starts the night before. Everything. When you go to sleep around 2 to 5 a.m., wherever you are on the planet, your 2 to 5 a.m., right? That is when you're in something called REM sleep. If you have any sort of technology in your room, your phone next to you, anything like that, and the Wi-Fi is on, it's going to be messing up your sleep. There's frequencies that your devices that you might not even know put out frequencies. They put out frequencies. They'll mess up your sleep. They get into your brain. They mess up. They go into your subconscious. They kind of tear through your REM sleep brain waves, and they kind of prevent you from actually getting a rested full night of sleep. And I know this best because I'll just say this quick. I had a mining rig. I built a crypto mining rig. That was one of my most interesting endeavors, I should say, in the past 2 years that I've taken on. But one thing is I slept with it in my room. But those things they have a lot of power. They produce a lot of heat, and they use internet. They use a lot of internet to get done exactly what they need to get done. So throughout that, I don't think I had a night of sleep that lasted more than 4 hours. And I couldn't figure out why until I took them out of my room, and I finally slept for like 10 hours one day. It completely changed my perspective. I always heard about like, oh, turn your devices off, get rid of the distractions at nighttime so you can get a better sleep. But nothing has actually done it. Like both taking those rigs out of my room, along with shutting down my computer, shutting down any games I had on, and the most important one, because everyone has it right next to their head, is turning your phone into airplane mode. If you have it in not airplane mode, if you have Wi-Fi on, even if you just have Wi-Fi off, mobile data off, but you don't have airplane mode on, there's still frequencies your phone is putting out that can extremely interfere with your sleep, your REM sleep. It messes up your subconscious. It messes up your programming that your brain's kind of doing for itself naturally when you sleep. But there is another way of going about this, which is actually a beneficial way to using the technology at nighttime, right? If you've ever heard of affirmations or subliminals, frequencies, anything like that, those things, they're God sent. They're God sent because you can use those to reprogram yourself to have more positive thoughts throughout the day that you don't even know you're having, right? Your life consists of, I think the math is like 45,000 of the same thoughts every single day. You're gonna have every day you're gonna have the same 45,000 as the one you had before, but maybe some new ones get put in there. Some things you experience change that. The best way to hack that, because your subconscious runs 90% of your life, is using subliminals, using frequencies, using all the things that are gonna kind of give you like a little kickstart for the next day. I use ones that are like, they have like a happiness frequency like 528 hertz or 963, which is the God frequency or the miracle frequency, that have someone talking over it, pretty much positive things about yourself, about life, about those around you. And you play that on a low volume in the background under your bed on a speaker somewhere off to the side, and it does counteract any negativity, any negative frequencies that come from the devices around you while you sleep. And it's probably the way I'd recommend more than even just shutting everything off. But if you're not someone who can fall asleep to a low sound in the background, I wouldn't even worry about it. I'd start by shutting things off at night. Just do it 1-2 nights. Watch how different your sleep is. It completely changes everything. You're gonna wake up more well rested. Even if you sleep the same amount of hours, you're gonna feel like you got more out of that sleep. So people, that's why it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger says, sleep faster, because he's able to understand that your sleep is completely affected by the things that are in your immediate surrounding. He works out, he gets home. This is back in his peak days, of course, but he would work out, get home, no distractions, get a good night rest, wake up on 5 hours, and be completely ready to go work out the next day. Go ready to, film a movie, become governor, do other things that he's done. That's like the biggest quote I've taken away from sleep from somebody is sleep faster. But there's a way to do it. It's not just, let me go to bed and just get up earlier, because some people can't function like that, right? So that's the overnight kind of piece of this. So now we get to morning, right? Or the rising, as I like to call it. When you first get up, everyone usually has their phone next to them. If you have it on your desk or far away from you, you're already a step ahead. Good job. But a lot of people just get up, and the first thing they think of, their brain goes right back to what they were doing just before they got up, or went to bed, I should say. They go and they grab their phone. They grab their phone without even thinking sometimes, and they're like on Instagram, and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't even want to like open the app. Like, it happens. It happens to everybody. Everyone's addicted to their phone on some level. We are dependent on it. So the best way to either counteract that is the same thing as either don't have it on near you, don't have it even like near your bed where you have to get up, almost like an alarm. You have to get out of bed to even grab your phone. But the way I'd recommend, honestly, is to just sit in 15 minutes of silence and peace before you even get out of your bed. There's a lot of different methods. People talk about just getting out of bed, getting your day started. I'd say for the most clarity with what you want to achieve, I would 100% just sit still for 15 minutes, not do anything, and just kind of let your thoughts gather themselves together. If you had a frequency the night before and it's still playing, let's say when you woke up, you're gonna feel how much different that actually feels from a normal night of sleep. You're gonna be like, wow, like I feel like I earned or I learned something through that sleep, and I feel like I've gotten something out of it. Like, it feels like a reward almost to wake up. It's like, wow, like, well, it is a reward to wake up, but like it's just like, it's another level to it that I can't explain. It's something you kind of have to just do, and once you do it, you'll see and you'll feel exactly what I'm talking about, and you're like, oh, okay, like maybe I could do this a little more often, and it might benefit me. So that's one major thing. I know it's easier said than done, because a lot of us are either doing something on our phones that have us fall asleep at night. If you also use night mode, that helps. But yeah, honestly, I would just get up, spend 10, even 5, 10, or 15 minutes. You don't even have to start with that much time. Just sit there in silence. If you meditate, if you're able to meditate, I'd 100% recommend meditating first thing you get up, journaling, do what you got to do. But those 5 to 10 to 15 even minutes, like that short period of time, can set up your entire day in a completely different way than it might have been set up previous. Getting up and just like scrolling through Instagram, having shit thrown in your brain that you don't even want in there. It's just like, it's not wanted. It's trash information. It's just like, it's mental masturbation is what they call it. It's not like good. It's nothing useful is coming out of it. So that's one big thing. Now, for the last thing I want to bring up for this quick topic, is a little method that I use to actually going and getting things started, right? So like I said, getting momentum started with anything, with a project, anything that you might procrastinate. Everyone procrastinates everything. No one doesn't procrastinate. If you don't procrastinate, you're an anomaly. Congratulations. I don't know how you do it. I wish I was you. Either way, getting something started is like pushing this massive boulder just over the crest. Like you're at the top, you're pushing it over the crest, and then you just let it roll down. But you have to get that first initial push up and over, and that's the hardest part, right? So there's a little easy trick I use, and it's something you have to actually do. It's not something you just like, oh, like it's gonna work if it just works. Like you have to actually do it for yourself and like put it into use and like then go do it. Is the 3-2-1 method, right? 3-2-1 go is really what it's called. I learned this from Tony Robbins. I'm a certified Tony Robbins life coach. I went through his neuro-linguistic programming. It's like the Robbins Madonnas University. This is the most simple, the biggest lie you're ever told is, oh, it's not that simple with anything in life. It is that simple. Like it actually is that simple. And it's as simple as something you might be putting off for 6 months that you've been trying to get done. You sit down, you have out what you need in front of you. And instead of being like, okay, like, man, I gotta do this, or I just need to do it, but like, there's something else here. You might get distracted with this. Like, those are just junk thoughts. All you gotta say is 3, 2, 1, go, and just lunge at what you're gonna do. And your brain, it's almost like you're kick-starting a dirt bike, or you're jump starting it, right? You pop the clutch, and like out of nowhere, it's like, well, that shouldn't have happened, but now it's running, and I'm in it, right? There's a wall that you can't see into what you need to do until you like just peek through it, and you're like, oh, I understand. Oh, okay, I get what I need to do now. Let me go do it. That's exactly what happens when you deploy that method. And I 100% recommend using it, trying it once. I know it sounds like a little like, oh, it's so stupid. Like it's just 3, 2, 1, go. Of course, like until you actually like have something you need to get done, and you've been putting off for a long amount of time, and then you do it, and then you get it done, and then you're like, wow, I could have done it all that time. It was that easy. I just needed to get started. Like you'll start to understand why you need to use these little tiny tricks on your own brain, on your own psychology. For those of you that have anxiety and ADHD like I do, they're all, ADHD and anxiety are debatable on like how severe they are on certain people and whatnot. But for someone, if people don't know what ADHD is, it's almost pretty much like your brain is like cut in half. Like you have your thinking and your doing piece of your brain, and then your knowing. Like you have your actions and your knowledge, right? But it's, for us, it's like it's disconnected. Not in a way where like you're stupid. Like you know exactly what you do. You're super intelligent. But when it comes to actually taking action and doing those things, it's almost like swimming through like peanut butter. It's like, why can't I get things done? Like you can't access that information when you need it. And it's really something that needs sort of not an outside intervention, but other methods of going about things. But let me tell you something. It's almost a gift for those of you that have it, because it kind of, once you get started, you become super creative, super passionate, super focused. It allows laser focus to happen. So I'd recommend trying it 100%. In the comments, let me know if you've tried it. Let me know if you've had any good experience with it. Let me know if you've just kind of seen a benefit overall from any of these tips or tricks. I just wanted to get this video out. It's kind of quick. When I start my real estate course, that's when I'm going to be making content on it. I'm just trying to build a base, get a nice flow going to kind of show what I'm about, how I like to help people. And yeah, so I have a podcast too, if you guys don't know, real quick. It's called The Collective Podcast. I had rebranded it from the Young Prodigy Podcast, which I started back in 2018. Started it focusing on entrepreneurship, mindset, all the things that you kind of need for personal development. I tried to bring that to light for the younger generations. I even had a few interviews on there with some big people. So if you want to go check that out, I'm putting that in the description. But in terms of everything else, like, I'll be back tomorrow. My goal is to make a video every single day, and especially when I'm in this real estate course in about a week and a half. It's like a 2-week intensive, so I'm gonna document my progress through that and where I'm going with that, and then also getting all the way up to getting my license. And when I get my license, and then I'd say my next step in my journey really starts. But yeah, I guess with that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching. Go follow my social medias if you feel I brought any value to you. I'm not making subscribe. Like the video if it brought any value to you. If you made it this far, you're like the 10% of people who do. I know there's some fluff in here. I know I was just explaining some more stuff. I'm just getting this channel off the ground, I kind of wanted to build something like a time capsule that I know I can come back to, and I know I can see like, wow, like I started there, I'm moving forward. I've always struggled with actually getting on camera and making something happen like this, so this is a massive step for me. So bear with me if I'm, like I said in the last video, looking around, doing my thing, just finding my footing. And yeah, I really appreciate everybody who's watching the content, who finds value in it, who enjoys it. I'm going to be bringing a lot more. When I start to travel more after this, I'm going to be making a lot of content with that. And when it comes time, I'm going to be making a lot of car content. That's my end goal. So again, I want to thank everybody for watching. Like, subscribe, go follow my social medias if you care. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.
It's a cold, cold world. Came up from the bottom, it's a cold, cold world. Just cop a Maserati with some ice.